This is Fun Across America.
Here we are today with Jason DeRusha of Minnesota Monthly and WCCO Radio. We are lucky enough to be walking around with him to try out some of the new foods at the Minnesota State Fair, the best state fair in the entire country. Might be a little bit biased, but you're a foodie at heart,
Yes.
So this is kind of your domain.
20 years or so I've been coming out to the Minnesota State Fair. We try to eat as many new foods as possible. It is disgusting and amazing all at the same time.
Yeah, no, and I've been coming here as long as I've lived
Yeah.
here. I mean, I'm almost 30, and it's a staple that you have to come at least once and probably multiple times.
For sure, yes. This is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
You need to be a professional to go through this whole operation, eating 20 to 30 to 40, depending on how we go, new foods today.
Yeah, and I know that you've kind of put together a list of some of the new items that are coming today. Is there one in particular or a couple in particular that you're most excited to try?
I cannot wait to try the lutefisk slider. Lutefisk is a Minnesota kind of traditional holiday dish.
Yep.
It is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's made with lye, and I don't even know.
Yep.
It's slimy, it's stinky. I can't wait to see how they make it into something palatable for the fair.
Something truly unique. Today we're getting started here at the Blue Barn, so maybe we go sit down, get a seat, and wait for our first item.
Let's do it. It looks like breakfast is ready.
Breakfast is served.
Cowboy Texas toast. Look at that. Thick cut ciabatta bread, eggs, gravy, Cheetos? I don't know. Here we go. It's very savory. Very savory.
Diving in, this dish was pretty unique. Initially tasty, but even better when you get a bite with the bread underneath.
I can comfortably say I've never had that before. And I'd have it again. It's not bad.
So this is fried halloumi cheese. It's topped with a hot honey glaze. And this is Minnesota cereal, post honeycomb. So a nice little touch there. It looks like a little bit of green onion for color. Halloumi is kind of an interesting cheese because it's really firm. So it shouldn't be very melty. This should be like nice to share and walk around with, but a little more like tofu, yeah.
All right.
Honeycomb cereal. It's a bit like a cheese.
It kind of reminds me of the at Fogo de Chao, the deep fried cheese with the hot honey that they bring out. But a little more involved. It's good.
Sometimes I feel like hot honey is a little overdone. It's on pizzas, it's all over the place. You're like, hot honey is not my favorite, but I do think it works pretty well. The saltiness of the cheese, the firmness, and then the heat that you get. There is some actual heat there, which I like.
Agreed, it was solid. But it's time to head over onto the next stop to try some more fun fair food.
We walked over to Lulu's Public House where we are waiting to try some of the cheesecake cheese curds, a staple of the state fair, but a new take on it, obviously, with the cheesecake. So it's cheesecake wrapped in like a funnel cake outer casing. So it sounds delicious, but we'll find out.
We ended up trying a couple of their new biscuits too, including the Fruity Cereal Milk Biscuit and the Not Your Madre's Biscuit and Gravy, which were very different, but both delicious in their own right.
The biscuit melts in your mouth, and the spice from the chorizo jalapeno, it's very flavorful, but not so much that it's going to ruin your day.
The cereal milk that's part of the glaze is part of the batter as well.
And then it's got the fruity.
Oh yeah, you got the cereal in it.
You just smell it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Woo!
After a couple of curds and biscuits, we washed it all down with one of their tasty beverages and then headed over to Nordic Waffle for round 3 and their take on the dill pickle craze.
Last year, the biggest thing at the fair was this dill pickle pizza. And so this year, everybody's making dill pickle related items. Dill pickle lemonade? I don't know, why not? I don't know, man.
Anything's worth a try once.
You try it.
All right. I'm not the biggest dill pickle person.
It's more
but
dill. It's more dill on the nose than flavor.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's more on the front end than the back end. So
I don't know.
I don't hate it.
I don't
I'm
hate
not
it.
gonna,
I don't hate it. I'm not gonna buy this, but I
Yeah.
don't hate it. Nordic waffle, thin, shaped with little hearts. This waffle has cardamom in it, so it's got like a unique flavor. This is a very high quality hot dog. This is Kramarchik's hot dog. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, let's go. Let's see. It's really good. I think it's really good. I'm embarrassed to say it.
Now, I can't say I've ever necessarily wanted a waffle-wrapped hot dog with cheese, but honestly,
I think it works.
moving on, let's continue our food marathon over to RC's Barbecue.
This guy, so Charlie is the guy with the goatee back there. Charlie Torgerson is one of the best pit masters in the country. When Famous Dave's was winning barbecue contests all over the world, it was Charlie who was the head pit master for them. He's an absolute genius. I mean, come on. Obviously, with what's been going on in Maui and in Hawaii, so Charlie actually was in Maui, doing consulting for some restaurants out there, and he developed this sauce, the huli huli sauce in Maui. So you're giving a portion of this goes to
Operation Barbecue Relief
you developed this huli huli sauce.
at the Lahaina Loft in downtown Lahaina at my friend's place. So I've been going there, luckily been going there for 5-6 years now. Met her on an email because I wanted to do a barbecue class. And she emailed me and said, hey, I have this smoker, I don't know what it is. I think this place used to be a Famous Dave's. I said, oh. I said, is it a Southern Pride 850? She goes, how'd you know? I said, and I gave her my story. She goes, oh my God. So we became friends, and every year I develop my new item in her Lahaina Loft. I make extra and I walk around town and hand it out to all my restaurant friends. They go, oh, Charlie's in town. I bring him brisket, I bring him ribs, I do all that. So now, when you saw that first newsreel of downtown Lahaina with the fire coming out of there,
Yeah.
that was her place going down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So special for you to be able to donate some
Yes.
proceeds to
Yes.
them with it. All right.
Oh, good call.
I mean, look. It's the perfect rib.
It looked like it just fell apart as you were eating it.
It fell right off, but it has great chew. I don't like my ribs to completely fall apart in my mouth.
Yep.
I want a little bit of chew, and that is so well done. This is classic sticky huli huli sauce.
Huh.
It's got a little sweetness. It kind of feels like you're on the island. Like, it's really, really nice.
You're right. It doesn't. It's not. I'm with you on that. You don't want it to completely just dissolve without any chew.
What is a huli huli sauce?
Well, huli huli is traditionally made in Hawaii. It's usually put on chicken.
Yeah.
And it's usually super thin. Soy, pineapple juice, ginger, garlic. I put a little bit different stuff there. I added some of my barbecue sauce.
There's a
to
little
tighten it
barbecue
up.
sauce,
Yeah,
yeah.
to tighten it up a little bit.
Wow.
Just to make
So it
it
wasn't falling all over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's be the newcomer on the block.
I think it's time for some dessert, and more specifically, the Irish butter ice cream over brown sugar cinnamon toast at the Blue Moon Drive-In.
You can get ice cream everywhere, right? And it's fun that this is a flavor I've never had before. That's good.
I am not exaggerating when I say this. I think this might be my favorite new item at the fair this year.
Ice cream is super creamy, but then with it's like cinnamon French toast, it's like the perfect amount of crispiness that you get that texture with the ice cream that it's almost like you're eating like a waffle cone, kind of, but like even better.
We tried the loaded lobster fries from Cafe Caribe. They were okay, but a little salty for us. And this next dish was interesting to say the least.
Miso glazed lutefisk. Let's do it. I've never had lutefisk in my life. Never had it. It's really fishy.
It's fish. It's something. All right, we're here at the Union Hmong Kitchen. What's the new item that you guys are most proud to bring?
Yeah, so our new item is the kalapao. So kalapao it's actually a Vang family tradition. So my mom's been making this for our family ever since we were kids. And one of the reasons why we really wanted to do it this year was that when my brother was in grad school in New York, he really missed it. And so my mom would make like 50 or 60 of these, freeze them, and then send it to New York.
Wow.
And then he would, thaw them out, put it in the microwave, and then wrap them up when he would walk to class. And so we made about, my mom and my aunties made about a little bit over 18,000. So to give you a visual what 18,000 is, it's literally, if we put them side by side, they're a mile long.
The sauce is the show, right? It's so good. This is fun, like it's enormous.
Now it's time for a Minnesota classic.
We are at none other than the famous Giggles, who is actually a personal friend of mine. So we are here to try out their new food, but also to say hi and support Dwayne, Allie, Giggles, the whole fam. And we're excited to try these new Walleye poppers right here. And what's the beer we got?
Rhubarb Shandy.
Rhubarb Shandy. That looks delicious. Thank you very much. We are here today with the one, the only Giggles from Giggles Campfire Grill.
Legend in my own mind.
Legend in your own mind, and a great friend. So you've been here at the fair for how many years now?
Well, since the year 2000 was our first year.
2000, so 23 years. One of the longest standing places at the fair, right?
Yeah, I was kind of the Lone Ranger when I came up here in Machinery Hill, and it's not Machinery Hill anymore, it's like Residential Hill.
Yeah. And you've kind of always specialized in putting the Minnesota flavor into food and having something new almost every single year.
Correct.
My personal favorite, the duck bacon wontons. And this year, what is it?
It's walleye, what we call them walleye lollipops.
You make an excellent server.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I just act as a table on the weekends.
This is pretty Minnesotan, right?
They always, and that's kind of their shtick, is always doing something with walleye, and I know they've done their duck bacon wontons is my personal favorite
I
item.
agree, that's so good.
Like I was saying earlier, I've tried to convince them to do some walleye sushi, but they said that the prep would probably be a little tough to do in mass.
I would highly recommend the walleye fritter pops. They go really well with the sauce. And as someone that's not a huge beer drinker, I actually really enjoyed the rhubarb shandy. We made a quick pit stop over to Baba's just to make sure their new hummus bowl is just as good as the prior years, and we can confirm that is in fact the case. We decided to end our tour with something truly unique, the Cloud Cooler from Spinning Wild.
I mean, this is brilliant State Fair item, right? Come on.
This cotton candy lemonade combo certainly looks the part, but is it good? Jason, what's the verdict?
It's perfect.
What a day. So many exciting new items. You can't possibly conquer them all, but we tried our best.
All right, so we've probably had, 10, 12 different items today.
I bet we had 20 items.
Really? Okay, maybe I just lost track.
I think you lost track.
I did, but we tried a lot of stuff.
We've been eating for 4 hours straight.
4 hours straight, no breaks.
We sat down for maybe 5 minutes.
And I have to ask, what of the things that we tried, your favorite or maybe top two?
I think as far as a fair item, this cotton candy lemonade was so fun.
Yeah, it was.
If you have a kid or a teenager, you need to have it.
Yeah.
I would have that hot honey halloumi
say
cheese.
the same thing.
I would have that again. That's the ultimate test, right? Would you go get it again next week? That taco hummus bowl was terrific. Those are probably my top three.
I think for me, I think I agree with you on the hot honey cheese. That was excellent. And we also pretty much started with it, so it set the tone for the day.
True.
I would say the biscuit at Lulu's.
The breakfast.
The breakfast biscuits,
Yep.
the two different ones, were both excellent.
Both biscuits. Those biscuits are terrific.
Yeah. And then I honestly think that
good.
the walleye fritters at Giggles were up there too for me.
The lollipop
So,
walleye.
yeah.
On a stick.
Yeah.
Minnesota fish walleye. I mean, come on.
Flavor, presentation, and a backstory.
Pretty
So,
great. Pretty great.
Pretty good. So Jason, thank you so much.
Hey, thank
for
you.
letting
It
us
was
come
really
along
fun.
today. This is great.
I'm gonna go collapse and
Yeah.
take some time.
Nap time. Nap time. Huge thank you to Jason for letting us tag along today and try out all those foods. It was amazing. And if you are in Minnesota, or even if you're not, definitely come check it out. You will not regret it. I will see you at the next place.